Welcome to A Gay and a NonGay. I'm James Barr. I'm gay. That's Dan Hudson. He's non-gay. And this is a podcast where we explore the differences between gay and straight people. Or, as I like to call it, amazing people and slightly beige people.
Yeah, it's the third attempt.
Yes, this is the third time we've started recording today's episode. So let's crack on.
So we'd like to start with a question from the non-gay
From your community. Are you a community though?
I mean, I guess so.
I guess not.
The question today again is anonymous, which is a recurring theme. Why do you never see a gay person in a pub?
What do you mean? Why do you never see a gay?
Don't shoot the messenger.
What does that mean? Why do you never see a gay person?
I mean,
in a pub?
you don't really, do you? Like, as a general rule.
Yeah, you do. What kind of pubs are we talking though? You're talking like a Green King, like the bishop. I don't know. I mean, the bishop's slutty wife, that kind of pub.
I don't know. There's a big, vast number of forms of pubs, of public houses.
You do see gay people in pubs.
Do you?
Gay people we're always drinking.
Yeah, but you don't really drink in the aforementioned.
Like the British pub.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like pubs. I think maybe gay people don't like pubs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they're a bit, well, yeah. I do actually hate a pub. I don't really want to be in a pub.
Why is that?
They're just sticky. They're gross. They haven't, cleaned it since smoking got banned. It feels yellow for some reason. I mean, the carpets.
You're just referring to,
there's pints sloshing all over the carpet.
You're just referring to, Wetherspoons.
Yeah, Wetherspoon. They have nice buildings and stuff. But Wetherspoons do have a good roster of buildings, to be fair.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They take over, old theatres and stuff and, redo them. So, in a way, I kind of do like a Wetherspoons sometimes. But, yeah, the carpet is gross. Also, the receptacles, the glassware, it never matches.
What?
You could order a round of drinks and every single glass would be different. Every single glass.
Yeah, but that's the nature of the drink.
No, it's not, because you could order 5 vodka and cokes, but you'd get different size glasses. It's like a thimble.
But who cares?
What's the thing I'm talking about? You know, one of those. It's like blows. You know, you blow the glasses.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
But you put liquids in glasses and then you.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's like a game of that.
Who cares?
I do. I don't like that. I have OCD. I like everything to be neat.
Right.
I need it all to look good. And so that just frustrates me as well. Because which one has more liquid in it? It doesn't make any sense. The beer mats are gross.
Why are they gross?
The beer, because they're just bits of. They're like little cum towels.
How many can you flip?
What do you mean?
How many beer mats can you flip?
No, I mean the little towels on the beer on the bar. They're horrible, those little mats.
Yeah, but we've got.
And then also
But how else are you supposed to clean up the inevitable?
Just disgusting. Just don't spill.
But it's inevitable.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Cocktail bars don't have that.
Yeah, because
they don't have horrible little towels.
It's to do with when you're putting the arm.
Horrid. That's so gross as well. Those pint arms. Yeah.
Why is that gross?
It's just really vile. I don't want to drink out of a keg. Where's it been?
I don't know.
It's been rolling around the floor of a basement.
Yeah, but who cares?
I do. I want to drink out of a nice bottle or a carton. So I think that's probably why we don't like pubs. Also, there's always sport on.
Yeah.
The music's like Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
I mean, it is actually just straight culture.
Again, this is all really Wetherspoons, although they don't play sport, but they do have Sky Sports News on.
I don't know if that is Wetherspoons. It's just all pubs.
It's not all pubs, though, is it?
The Green King. Why are they always named such straight?
Well, Green King is a chain, isn't it?
They always have straight names.
I don't think all pubs are like that. Like, if you go out into the countryside, for example, I don't think all pubs are fitting your bill.
They kind of do. Like, the ones in the country can be cute. I don't mind it if they've got, a fireplace, but I still don't really get why they have such straight names. The Fox and the Hound.
Right. That's a Disney film, not a pub.
Is it?
Yes. I'm sure there's a pub called that.
The Red Lion. But yeah, pubs, they're gross.
I don't know how.
Also, the seating's uncomfortable. The table's always wobbly. It's just such a horrible, grim place to be, isn't it?
We had a message from Steve, by the way, in regards to the issue of fannying around.
Right.
James was very vocal about the use of the term fannying around.
I think it's offensive to say fannying around. It's disrespectful to women.
Here's the clip.
The word fanny is very gendered. I just want to pick up on that. That's not really funny. It's not big and it's not clever.
Well, what would you say?
It's not really okay to say fanny. I don't know why you're using that term.
Because dicking around is not as vivid.
I think it's laid in patriarchal societal shame about having a vagina.
Anyway, Steve's been on. Fanny about has nothing to do with female genitals, but is naval slang. Sweet Fanny Adams, aka Sweet FA, and thus fanny about means to do nothing.
What does Sweet Fanny Adams mean?
It's a slang term to mean fuck all, isn't it? Sweet FA.
Oh, it's a clean way of saying fuck all.
Yeah.
Fanny Adams.
Yeah.
A clean way of saying that I'm doing fuck. A more polite way of saying I'm doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's not gendered. It still feels gendered.
Well, I don't think it necessarily does.
I think it does.
No, I think it
I
just...
appreciate the history lesson, but if I'm going to...
I think it just happens to also be, in some circles, a term for a lady's part.
Okay, I'm not a woman, so I can't be offended on behalf of women, but there are other words that now mean other things that are offensive to people, and they stop saying those words because of that. So why can't we stop saying fannying around?
Because it's a good phrase, that's why.
So was you cheap, lousy faggot until I got my hands on it.
Yeah, there's numerous people online are saying it's actually fannying around. It derives from an old naval term, so it's got nothing to do with a certain part of the female anatomy.
Okay, but the Fairy Tale of New York has the line, you cheap, lousy faggot.
Yeah.
And they said that just meant faggot as in a lazy person, I think was the argument, right? It didn't mean a gay person. It wasn't a gay slur when it was originally used. It didn't mean that. But obviously now it does mean that, and it is offensive, so they've changed that lyric.
Right, but you say that, but
So why are we not changing fanny around to something less gendered?
I've never heard anybody, including numerous women, say
Would you say it to a woman?
Yeah.
Would you say stop fannying around?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't mind?
No.
I think that's outrageous.
Okay, you might think that, but...
Okay, Can
I just finish what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No woman has ever said... Can you not say that? So the first time I'm ever hearing that it's offensive continues to be you. Right. Nobody else, and people are getting in touch saying it's not offensive.
I would like to see you say it to a woman in the street that you don't know. Oh, stop fannying around.
Well,
get out of my way.
I wouldn't get into that with someone.
But that is offensive to say that to a woman.
You think that. I'm only got your word for that, right?
I just think we should all be looking out for what we say. I don't think we should be saying gendered words like...
But it's only you that's saying it's gendered. Nobody else is saying that. And plenty of women are saying fanning around, including people like my mum, who used to say it all the time.
Yeah, but they also used to say, oh, look at that coloured person.
Well, they didn't. I mean...
that wasn't okay either.
No, but that's not the same thing, because everybody knew that wasn't... Or there was a growing movement of people who were saying that's not cool. I haven't heard that.
I'm the first person in this movement.
Well, maybe.
The now growing movement to ban the phrase fannying around.
Okay. Anyway, thanks, Steve.
We've also had another message from a listener who has unfortunately alerted me to the fact, hi Jason, that there's actually already a Japanese game show that features people putting items inside men's bottoms. I'm a bit disappointed though, because I wanted to commission that. But a lot of people said you'd be able to tell if it was a cock, or if it was a bowling ball.
That's what I did say, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know for sure. I might have to try that at home this weekend.
At the risk of repeating this myself, surely you know what a phone or whatever feels like relative to a dick.
I don't know if it was the same size. I'm not sure you would know.
Right.
I mean, obviously a phone isn't, unless it's one of those house phones.
For some reason, my friend went around telling everybody his dick back in the day was 3 Nokia phones big. So
3 stacked on top of each other. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Well, I just think, it can't possibly be true.
You'd think I'd be good at this, like the dick whisperer, but I still can't really tell if someone has a big penis or not based on looking at them. Well, like I have no idea what you're packing.
Right.
I've never really thought about it until this moment, but I don't have any clue.
Right.
And like I've worked with people before or met other straight guys before who would say things like, "Oh, mine's really small," and make loads of jokes about it being really small.
Yeah.
Which made me think, is it? Are you just saying that? Like, why are you telling me that? That seems like a very weird thing to just announce, especially in a work environment. Does that mean you have got a big, like, what is the straight? Because gays don't chat like that. Believe it or not, because we don't need to talk about our dicks like that.
Why?
Because we're only talking about dicks to people that we're going to show it to.
Right.
And in those situations, you wouldn't lie. You just send a picture, or you might lie on Grindr or whatever. You might add a couple of inches, but no one's walking around day to day going, "Oh, my dick's the size of 3 phones stacked on top of each other," or "Oh, mine's really small," or like people just don't joke about things like that. Whereas I think you guys do, from my own experience.
Yeah, but I would only joke, like I genuinely don't know anyway. Really, it doesn't matter anyway, does it? Really? But like I would.
It doesn't.
I would just reach for.
Sorry, what do you mean it doesn't matter?
Well, why does it matter?
Why does it matter how big your dick is?
Yeah.
Why would it not matter?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we go on and on about body shaming and whatnot, so why does it matter?
Why am I immediately shaming anyone? Just because?
Well, because the implication is that it's good to be big, and
not necessarily.
Right.
Sometimes it's too big or too thick, and it's like, bloody hell.
The thing that we are inferring is that it's good to be big and bad to be small. If we're not doing that, this is the first time that's ever been brought up.
Well, in gay culture, you can be into people who don't have a big dick because maybe they're the bottom. And so actually there's like power dynamic that comes in. Like, I think everyone has different bodies and it's fine.
So you can't be the top if you've got a small willy?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. I mean, listen, I'm trying to skirt around it. I'm trying to be nice here. Maybe it is bad. I don't know. No, it isn't bad. I don't think it's bad. No, I think it's hot, whatever.
Well, again, we're skirting around it. That is not the viewpoint in society.
Around anything.
That's not the viewpoint in society.
No, I guess society says it needs to be really massive. Yeah. But it doesn't really. And actually, I think most women would probably agree they don't want it to be really massive. And I think for me, I don't want it to be really massive.
Okay.
Because then you just feel small anyway. Like if someone's
But that doesn't matter according to what you just said.
No, because it does matter. Like I think.
Okay, so why does
basically the point is, I think mostly everyone I've ever slept with, has a very good sized penis.
Right.
And so it's fine. They're all the same. They're all different, but they're all good. Okay, but then sometimes you'll meet one that's like really big and you feel tiny in comparison. Okay. And so it's like, ugh.
So going back to my original point, it doesn't matter. Right.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think you're probably right.
Thanks for listening.
But does it matter?
Thanks for listening.
No, that's the question though. Does it matter?
Well, I don't think it does. That's why I said that.
It felt like you were saying it doesn't matter how big mine is. And I think it does matter personally how I feel about mine. Yeah. I'd be very surprised if you don't have that feeling.
Not really.
Do you know one of my exes actually said out in front of like a group of people, he announced in front of his friends that I had a small dick. And I honestly just was like, because I feel really good about my penis. So I genuinely was just like, but are you mad?
Is that in what context?
Just it felt completely out of the blue.
But it doesn't matter though,
it matters to me personally.
Right. Why?
But it didn't matter in that moment so much because I just thought, because then when my ex said that, I didn't care because I know I haven't.
Right.
And I'm happy with my penis. So I didn't get upset by it because I've done the work on knowing that I'm happy with what I have. So I thought it was really odd. Right. It was like an odd thing to say. Right. Because I obviously don't have a small penis.
Obviously.
It's massive. So I just feel really uncomfortable talking about this.
Well, you started it.
You found my prude switch. And I'm not a prude, but I do. This is like one of those things that is difficult to talk about as men.
Because it's small?
Mine?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not small. It literally isn't.
Well, I don't care.
It's so not.
I couldn't give.
Oh my god, what?
I don't care.
But it is funny. As soon as someone says whether it is or it isn't, you think the opposite, don't you? Like actually, I'm thinking about you now, and I think maybe you do have big dick energy.
Why is that?
Just because you're like, whatever, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if there is a correlation, I just don't care.
You get a little bit angry sometimes. That's not big dick energy. I think big dick energy is having control of your emotions. I don't get angry.
Well, you're just getting angry when thinking about your small willy.
I'm not getting angry, and I don't have a small willy. Stop it. That's so funny because it's not true.
But it doesn't matter, does it?
Yes, it does matter.
Like it matters
to me.
You're a role model, right, for all these young people that have got small willies. Why don't you announce now that it doesn't matter?
So you don't. So where are we at with you?
Well,
what are we saying? Because I've revealed.
Well, as I said, firstly, I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Okay, so should we reveal our shoe sizes? Do you think that correlates or not?
What difference does that make?
Well, they say if you've got a big shoe, or big feet, then that means you have.
My feet are bigger than anybody expects.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
But I don't know
what. So how big are your feet?
I think I'm like 11 and a half.
You think?
Yeah, I know. I can never remember.
That is the straightest thing I've ever heard. You don't know what your shoes are.
I can never remember.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
You don't know how big your shoes. You don't know how big your shoes are.
I can never remember. No, I think they were 11 and a half.
How can you go through life?
Well, when I buy a new pair, I have to just check what I'm wearing.
Dan, why don't you just do that once and remember?
For some reason, that bit of information, I think it is 11 and a half.
Are you insane?
No, I think it's 11 and a half UK. Obviously, I normally buy trainers in America because they're cheaper, and that presents its own difficulties. But I think I'm UK 11 and a half. But for some reason, that never.
It's like one size different.
Yeah, but
UK 11 and a half in America is 12 and a half.
Yeah, but you've got to.
Like, what are you talking about? It's basically the same. You just add or subtract a number.
But I think it's because I know that I can just look.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
Because I know that.
So when you're in a shoe shop and you like a shoe, you pick it up and you go right. And then you have to lean down, take your own shoe off, look at your shoe, and say, "Oh, hey, can I get?"
You do that anyway to try them on, so it's not the big deal that you make it out.
Not that soon.
What do you mean not that soon? You don't sit there and go, "Oh, in 10 minutes."
Your shoe off and go, "Oh, hey."
You do.
No, you don't.
You do.
You wait until the other shoes are there.
No, because I'm just in
that is
I'm
so
just in Marshalls
weird, Dan.
basically.
That is so weird.
No, what's weird?
I bet like that you don't know how big your own shoe size is.
It's because I'm literally walking around with that information to hand on me, so I never think to memorize it and then dislodge something else that I've got to remember. Right?
Yeah, but you're also walking around with a phone which has every bit of information in the world on it. So you're telling me you don't need to remember any information anymore. You don't need to know your own address. Do you know where you live now? Do you have your address logged, or is it in your phone?
I've got a new flat, so I do have to keep checking.
Right.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, because you do have a lot of that information in hand, you do forget. I
just can't imagine
a lot of stuff
going through life not knowing something like that.
But why not?
It's insane, Dan. It's crazy that you don't know your own shoe size.
I think, as I said,
it speaks to that annoying stereotype that I have about straight people where they don't look after themselves and they're like, you don't know your own fucking shoe size. You're a grown man.
I'm looking after myself.
No, you're not.
Well, I am because I'm literally
how big your feet are.
I'm literally never in a situation. I'm never in a situation.
Conversation.
I have that information
How do you not know?
I have that information on my foot all 24 hours a day.
What if you're?
It's like right? If you're learning lines, if you're running lines, right, and and there's a bit in your show or whatever where you got your phone or something and you can just read that bit or it's there. You can't tell me that you then learn that bit when there's all the stuff to learn that you don't have a prompt for.
I do. That's a great question.
It's not a question. It's a
brilliant analogy.
Thanks.
I have done that before and not learned the bit I'm reading, the email I'm reading or whatever. But to be honest, I do end up remembering it.
Yeah, you do eventually.
And
yeah.
Actually that's lucky because sometimes if you forget the phone or the bit you need to read, it's not there. You have to remember it anyway. So not really is the answer. By the way, also your flies are undone. So I don't know if you're trying to show me literally how big your dick is instead.
That's another thing. This is a very old school episode of A Gay A NonGay. That's another thing. Why are like if one's flies are undone, who cares? Like,
I wouldn't normally care,
but people are so like, oh my god, about it. Like, I don't care.
Well, it is a bit uncouth.
Well, no, it's not. Well, yeah, I'm deliberately
gross.
Done it, but it's just.
I only noticed because I was looking at your shoes and then I moved my eye line up.
Right.
And also, we're talking about penises, so I suppose I was drawn to your crotch, but
anyway,
for the first time ever. But I also enjoyed pointing it out in the podcast. Then, just as a follow up to you don't know your own shoe size. To point out to the listeners that Dan not only doesn't know his own shoe size, but can't seem to get dressed properly.
Anyway, thanks for listening. This was a whirlwind of an episode.
Not really. I'm not done. I don't know why you keep trying to end. I'm happily sat here having a conversation with my mate about how you don't know how big your feet are.
Well, we'll finish that. And let me see.
How are we meant to guess how big your dick is if you can't tell us how big your feet are?
Because I've told you.
Your feet aren't 11 and a half. There's no way. Also, you didn't answer you didn't ask me.
What shoe size are you?
Thank you for asking. I'm 11.
These are 11, but I think...
Right, so you're an 11 as
well. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, great.
Maybe.
So we're dick twins. We're dick twins.
I'm sure I've got a half. One is slightly bigger than the other one. I think one is a half.
So we're dick twins.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
God, if you did, well done. I can't believe you got through it.
Yeah.
Have a lovely day. Thanks for listening to A Gay A NonGay. Please tell your friends about our podcast. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Leave us some comments.
Yeah.
Send us your tea.
Yeah.
And you can also subscribe to A Gay A NonGay on our Patreon. Go to gayanongay.com/donate.
Yes.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.